This is the story of how a mischievous younger brother found himself on the receiving end of an unusual punishment. If this type of fiction isn't your preference, now is a good time to stop reading. Appreciation goes to the many authors whose work has inspired stories in this genre. Back when I was in middle school, I had a reputation for constantly pushing people's buttons. Teasing others amused me, and my older sister, Joy, was usually the easiest target. I had a habit of waiting until our mom left the room before pulling some childish prank, then making a quick escape before anyone could react. One Sunday afternoon, Joy was sitting at the kitchen table focused on her homework. As she leaned forward, I noticed the strap of her bra showing beneath her shirt. Seeing an opportunity to be annoying, I looked around to make sure Mom wasn't nearby, then reached over, pulled the strap back, and let it snap. The loud crack echoed through the kitchen, and Joy cried out in pain. The sound immediately brought Mom rushing into the room. "What happened?" she demanded. "Jake snapped my bra strap," Joy answered, rubbing her back. Mom lifted the back of Joy's shirt and frowned when she saw the red mark left behind. She turned toward me with obvious frustration. "I've had enough of your constant pranks," she said firmly. "This time you've gone too far." She gave me a quick spanking, but it was clear she wasn't finished. Grabbing my arm, she led me straight into Joy's bedroom. "Take your shirt off," she instructed. Realizing she wasn't joking, I reluctantly obeyed. Mom searched through one of Joy's dresser drawers before pulling out a pink bra. "Hold your arms out." I froze when I realized what she intended. Instinctively, I started toward the door, but Joy stepped in front of it, blocking my escape. "You think bras are no big deal?" Mom said. "Maybe wearing one yourself will help you understand why yanking someone's strap isn't funny." Before I could protest again, she slipped the bra over my shoulders, fastened it in back, and adjusted the straps until it fit snugly. "There," she said. "Now you'll have a better idea of what it's like." I stood there in embarrassed silence. A second later I felt the band snap sharply against my back. Joy grinned. "Didn't feel very nice, did it?" I instinctively reached for my shirt, hoping to cover everything up, but Mom stopped me. "Not yet," she said. "You'll be wearing that for the rest of the evening, and I want it to stay visible. Joy, if he walks past you, you're welcome to remind him what that snap feels like." The smile on my sister's face told me I was in for a very long night. "It was all a misunderstanding," I insisted. Dr. Porter smiled knowingly and gave a quiet chuckle. "If I earned a coin every time someone said that, I'd be retired by now," she replied before her expression became more serious. "Here's how I see it," she continued. "By the time we're finished, you'll embrace a much more feminine life than you ever imagined. Before long, you'll feel more comfortable in skirts than jeans." "I don't want that," I protested. She shook her head as if I hadn't spoken. "Your family has already told me plenty," she said, pulling her chair closer. "They described the outfit you supposedly chose, the maid costume, the accessories, every little detail. It sounds like you enjoyed putting everything together." Before I could respond, she continued. "I also spoke with your sister. According to her, you've borrowed her dresses before and even wanted to sleep in feminine clothing while your parents were away. She's worried about you and wants to help." "None of that happened," I interrupted. She immediately cut me off. "Enough, Jake, or should I say Janie? Your sister told me that's the name you prefer, so we may as well use it." Taking my hand, she led me back into the living room where my parents and Joy were waiting. After clearing her throat, she addressed them with complete confidence. "My recommendation is that Janie begin living full-time as a girl. I suggest removing the remaining masculine clothing from the house and helping establish a new routine immediately. I'll return tomorrow morning to begin." Joy eagerly volunteered some of her clothes until a new wardrobe could be arranged. Everyone except me seemed satisfied with the plan. That evening felt unreal. Boxes were brought out, and my sports equipment, posters, and clothes disappeared one item at a time. "You won't be needing these anymore," Mom said as another piece of my old life vanished into a bag. Within an hour my bedroom barely looked familiar. The shelves were empty, the closet was bare, and only the furniture remained. Then Mom sighed. "We might as well finish everything tonight." She instructed me to change into sleepwear Joy had selected. Joy returned carrying a pile of pink satin pajamas and matching underwear, smiling as though it was some kind of celebration. Embarrassed, I quickly changed while trying to avoid everyone's eyes. You don't have to be shy, Mom said calmly. We're all family. Please believe me, I pleaded. This isn't what I want. You heard the specialist, she answered. She knows what she's doing. I climbed into bed wearing unfamiliar pajamas that felt slippery against my skin. Mom tucked the blanket around me as though I were much younger. Sleep well, she whispered. Tomorrow is the beginning of something new. Sleep didn't come easily. When I finally drifted off, my dreams were filled with classmates pointing, laughing, and whispering as I walked through school dressed in clothes that didn't feel like mine. The next morning I was awakened by Joy. I left a robe outside your room, she said. Meet me in my bathroom. A warm bath was already waiting. She instructed me to shave my legs and underarms before getting dressed. Once I finished, she brought me to her room where she carefully painted my fingernails and toenails before tidying my eyebrows. Small details make a big difference, she explained. Afterward she selected a fitted turtleneck sweater, a short plaid skirt, white tights, and matching shoes. One piece at a time, the outfit came together. She helped smooth the tights into place, fastened the skirt, and pulled the soft sweater over my head. Finally, she chose shoes with modest heels. Looking me over, she smiled. A little makeup and you'll be ready. Foundation, mascara, blush, lipstick, and carefully styled hair completed the transformation. When she finally guided me toward the full-length mirror, I hardly recognized the reflection staring back. The person looking back appeared entirely different. Before I had time to process it, the doorbell rang. That'll be Dr. Porter, Joy said. I entered the living room when my new name was called. Everyone stared. Mom and Dr. Porter complimented the finished look while Dad remained silent, clearly uncomfortable. You look wonderful, Dr. Porter said warmly. Let's have a productive day. She drove me to another city rather than our local shopping center. During the trip she constantly reminded me to sit straighter, move gracefully, and carry myself with confidence. At the mall, store after store blurred together. Skirts, sweaters, dresses, shoes, and accessories filled shopping bags while I silently followed along. Lunch was intentionally light. According to Dr. Porter, maintaining a feminine appearance required careful eating habits and proper posture. She corrected how I held my fork, how I crossed my legs, and even how I sat in my chair. Later she surprised me with an appointment at a nail salon. Bright red acrylic nails replaced my ordinary ones. Watching the transformation left me stunned. As we left the salon, I quietly pleaded once more. Please, none of this is my choice. She barely reacted. Your parents believe this is the right path, she answered. That's enough for me. The drive home passed in silence. When we arrived, everyone admired the new nails. Mom admitted they were dramatic but decided they could stay. The shopping bags filled my bedroom with an entirely new wardrobe. While I had been away, my old decorations had been replaced with new posters and decorations that completely changed the room's atmosphere. Standing there, I realized how thoroughly everything around me had changed. In the weeks that followed, lessons became routine. Dr. Porter worked on posture, etiquette, and presentation while additional activities were chosen to encourage poise and confidence. Returning to school was the hardest part. Joy selected every detail of the outfit I would wear on my first day back. Walking through the hallways drew more attention than I had ever experienced before. Administrative records were updated, including the name everyone was expected to use. By then, it felt as though my former life had been packed away with everything else. Whether I accepted it or not, everyone around me expected me to answer to one name now. Janie.